Everyone. Taibu Mu'addib, host, podcast entertainer, author, motivational speaker.
The issue of gun violence isn't going away because there are
every weeknight, 9:30-ish p.m. We go crazy. In fact, we going nuts right now. Hit it, Shay. Come on, a little bit more. Yeah. It's cold out here, y'all. And I'm telling you one thing. It's amazing. How come they don't know? No one's life is the Cosby Show. Killer cops is nothing new to melanated people, bro. Not in the America that locks us up for mega busting, legalized prostitution so the mob can get their cut. CIA agents bringing dope in from the south and spread it through the hood so we can take each other out. The sadness in the hood isn't just some recent shit. It's the same thing that you can see on the slave ship. Trauma passed through generations lead to a peculiar life. Can't believe in freedom, even if one of your parents white. I'ma do it right, cause I'm conscious and I know the way. I got roots in Africa. Pittsburgh was my birthplace. International businessman from inmate 15208. African Messiah, dog. Someone had to save the day. All you want is metaphors about the club and freaking horse. Stacking up your pay, flashy cars, and them foreign tours. Don't you know it's war? They coming after you with all they got. It starts out with Congress, yeah. Them the folks who scheme and plot. Once they pass the laws, it's on you and I to know what's up. And since we don't, that's how come the jails are jam-packed with us. I got my fist raised. And unity is in my heart. No matter who you are, come and live your truth. That's how it starts. Yeah. That's how it starts. Go get them. Go, 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 go. Don't you know it's war? They coming after you with all they got. All you want is metaphors. International businessman. Can't believe in freedom. That they still don't know. Pleasure to meet each and every one of you. Taibu Mu'addib and Shay. This is Live Your Truth. Pull up a chair. Get your popcorn ready. Let's make it happen together. We appreciate you for joining us. Tap in.
Welcome everyone to Live Your Truth. I am Taibu Mu'addib and all I do is motivate. All right, hashtag that out there. All I do is motivate. So even through tough times and tough situations, I'm here making sure that I stick to the production schedule that benefits you all. And on top of being the sexiest man in Dallas, I'm also a great life coach, personal trainer, just 20 plus years in the fitness game. I've been exclusively coaching and speaking for the last 3 to 4 years. I'm excited about what the future holds. With 2024 fast approaching, I want to ask you guys, what kind of people wanted the South to win the Civil War? What kind of people wanted the South to win the Civil War? I have on my power tie. You know, pink is the new black. If you like my ensembles, man, go ahead and rate them. Jump in there. Let me know what you really, truly think. What kind of people want it? If you were sitting in the barber shop or the beauty shop, if you were sitting in the employee lunchroom and the conversation came up about the South winning the Civil War, what kind of people would you expect to say, yeah, I wish the South had won? You know, when I started the Civil War study, it was more for you than anything else. I wasn't as knowledgeable about the Civil War as I thought I was. My daughter, God bless her heart, Sasanke, She actually made a petition for the Madison Public School District in Madison, Wisconsin, Dane County, Madison, Wisconsin, to put a more robust history of melanated people in their history teachings, because she was astonished to find out more about the history of melanated people of color, and how rich their history is and how much their contributions meant to the world. When all she could remember about history is it started in slavery. Why the American history books in public schools start African people's history at slavery, I don't know. And to be clear, sure, you guys were in Africa before we came and bought you guys from your people that didn't like you, and we brought you over here and made slaves out of you, and we breeded you sometimes with our own blood. We breeded you until there was millions of you, and we enslaved you, and that's what you are. That's who you are. That's how you should identify yourself. And when she saw more robust history of African people, she actually made a petition on. I'm very proud of my daughter. That was a high point in her life, I believe. I believe that's when she was operating at her optimal level of potential. And many of you have been there. But to stay on task, I'm telling you, the kind of people that wish the South had won, you understand this kind of individual, right? And what their moral system is like. Initially, what's their moral system like? Many Europeans believe that the statues of Southern Confederate war heroes should stay up, even though the South lost. And with some of those statues coming down now, people are realizing that those statues symbolize the wrong kind of people. The wrong kind of people wish the South had won. Totally terrible. Individuals who wish the South had won don't want to be enslaved themselves anywhere near it. Wouldn't even hear of it. If it's citizenship. You think that Europeans act the way they do around police officers and law enforcement because they're just bold or they're brave? Nah. They understand that the police are there to protect the citizens. So the reason the African people die at the hands of police, unarmed, incarcerated situations, all that situation, because the law enforcement community, for some reason, in large part, is still battling with, our African people, our Black people, actually citizens that have the protection and the rights that other citizens have. You can visit the country of America, the United States of America, and by visiting and not even be a full citizen, you'll be recognized more than African person that's born here in this country. So morally, the wrong kind of people want the South to win that war. They reminisce about it. Oh, only if the South had won, Jed. The wrong kind of people wish the South had won, because attached to that is human slavery. All right. And so why is Taibu Mu'addib talking about the Civil War? Something happened over 100 years ago, and something that's more for academia and things. Because until you take yourself to war, until you draw that line in the sand and take yourself to war, until you add more resources and manpower, nothing is going to happen. Nothing meaningful is going to take place. I want to be clear about that. And if you want to see the entire podcast, make sure you go to Taibu Mu'addib 4019. I got that for you guys. Let me go ahead and pin that up there. To watch the full episodes, make sure that you guys go ahead over there. I'm copying and paste this. Make sure you guys go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. Let me get that up there for you. All right. Just get this up here for you guys in the comment section. Hopefully I can still copy and paste it. Oh, it won't let me. I got to go get that for you guys. All right, let me get that for you guys. Copy that. Stop it. All right. Got a lot of gadgetry up here. I want to make sure I pin this comment up there. The comments pinned to watch full episodes with screen share effects. Go to YouTube at Taibu. So follow me over to my YouTube channel so I can give you more podcasts. So no one wants to be told that they're not doing what they should be doing. That's not why we watch podcasts, is it? That's not why we tune in to Live Your Truth, is it? We want to see him. We want to see Taibu pull out the shame bag and shame a special guest for some kind of random, ridiculous comment. We want to see the muscles, see him come out of his shirt. I've done that too. Tad gimmicky, but effective. Gets views. But no one wants to be told to take themselves to war so that they can see the progress that they most desire. Now, if I scale back for a second, let's be direct, because that's the kind of coach that I am. As a podcaster, when I'm done podcasting, I get right to calling you guys, responding to your inboxes. Hey, let's have a conversation. This is what I do. So you ready to take yourself to war? You ready to draw that line in the sand? You ready to take the old you to war? You ready to progress? Great. Let's get that done. Let's set that up. Now, to be fair, all of us have done something immoral at some point. All of us have. So I'm not saying that the people that wish the South had won are incapable of change and going a different moral direction. And many of them since then have. But if you were to go with a clipboard and ask 100 people, would you have preferred if the South had won? You're going to get a large number of individuals that say yes. And I'm going to go ahead and finish out over there on Facebook. I'm not going to give them much more. They don't deserve much more. Follow me on YouTube, or you're not going to be able to get the kind of podcast experience you're looking for. I'm only going to give you guys a taste. That's all you deserve. All right. Copy that. Throw that over there in there. Booyah. Let's go. All right. And I'm throwing that out there. So I did the Civil War study because I want to know when you guys are actually going to reach out for the help that you really need. That's the point you take yourself to war. Civil War. The North needed the South to stop the slavery. It was just too much going on in the world, and America was getting a bad rap. And we needed to trade, we needed commerce. There were too many countries out there that weren't okay with us owning slaves. And the South said yes, and the North said, for us to progress as a nation, international trade routes and things of that nature, we have to move out of this slavery situation. And the South wouldn't hear of it. Now, many of you are fat as hell, broke as hell. Many of you are struggling in your relationships with your spouse, your parents, your siblings, or your children. Struggling. And I want to advise you that that's the kind of person that you are. Someone that doesn't have a connection with knowing when to seek help, to get assistance. If help is too harsh for word, that's too weighted. Assistance. I'm not talking about someone assisting you in paying your check when you go out to eat. I'm talking about something much more complex. Can I coach y'all tonight? Can I open you guys up and get you guys on the couch tonight? Yeah, I'm not gonna like this, but it has to be done. All right. Tonight's topic, what kind of person wishes the South had won. I'm gonna go picture in picture with y'all in a second. Don't get me wrong, and give y'all something to think about. But the Civil War study I'm doing is to help you guys understand that you need help and assistance for to make the steps that you want to make the progress that you hope to achieve. For a lasting transformation, you need to add resources and manpower to that journey. It's not going to get done on your own. Matter of fact, if you don't add resources and manpower to fight the old you is probably going to win. And what many of you didn't know is that the South, the Confederate States, was winning the war for a good deal of it. There were 5 major battles, and we'll look at those tomorrow. But tonight, I just get to coach you a little bit. Listen, you don't want to be the kind of person to stay the same. You don't want to be struggling and be broke. You don't want to pass debt down to your kids. You don't want to be fat and shopping in the plus size section and be hashtagging body positive. Nothing wrong with doing it, but that's not what you want. And many of you are in these gyms. You're just not good at working out. You don't have any knowledge. You don't have any education. Therefore, you don't have a system. No programming. And when you guys decide that you do want assistance, where do you go for it? So the EFC workbook I put out there helps you to identify these things. Got to download it. It's in the description or on my YouTube page. How much should you invest in the help that you need? It's commensurate to your goal, don't you think? The bigger the goal, the bigger the investment in it. A lot of you suffer from low emotional intelligence. Can't help you all at the same time. I'm gonna help some of you. All right. All right. Let me go ahead and get this screen share for you people. You people. Get this done. I appreciate you guys. Sometimes I'm fired up. I'm really amped up. Tonight, I'm a little more mellow. I want the vibe. I want you guys to get the vibe. So over here on Medium, it says, what if the South had won the American Civil War, right? If the Confederacy had won. But recently, wait a minute. Based on a poll conducted by Public Policy Polling in South Carolina, 38% of Donald Trump supporters in South Carolina wish the South had won the Civil War. It's almost half, people. That's almost half of the state of South Carolina of those polled wish the South had won. I know that makes some of you fall back, but let's consider this, shall we? Let's get deep into this, shall we? Almost half of the state of South Carolina. This is those polled. Say they wish the South had won the American Civil War. These are the kind of people that we're talking about. When you take yourself to war to make the change necessary, this desire that you have to grow, when you take yourself to war to earn that victory, you're going to lose some battles. You're going to lose some battles. And what's going to keep you fighting when you lose that battle? You tell me. Yeah. Your coach. your leader, your mentor, your voice of reason. Because I can correctly help you identify why you don't want to be the kind of person to stay the same way that you are. I'm glad y'all stuck around long enough to hear that. For those of you, I applaud those of you that stuck in there to get that nugget. I applaud you. Because that was deep. I have to watch this podcast again to hear myself break that down. That was deep. I'm going to leave that alone. Let's go back to the screen share. What kind of people wish the South had won? And it says it's not appropriate to generalize or stereotype people based on their political beliefs or opinions. It's not appropriate to do that. It's not appropriate to bash people for their opinions. I don't do it on this show. Everyone has a voice. You might get shamed for your voice, but I'm going to let you speak it. The problem I have with those 38% of Donald Trump supporters in the state of South Carolina that were polled and said they wish the South had won, my problem with that, just initially, my knee-jerk response to that is that a lot of people who felt that way back then are passing their sentiments on to the next generation. If you're fat right now, you were raised in a fat mentality. If you are broke right now, you were raised by broke individuals with a broke mentality. Just passes right along. You can't tell me that people that had no connection or idea what slavery was like or what it meant to have slaves and none of that, you can't tell me that we wished 38% of people today, none of us were alive back then. The people polled weren't alive, so they have no connection. So why do they feel that way? Because it's been passed down. If you want to know where institutional cultural bias comes from, you guys call it racism. It's incorrect way of use of words, but still. If you want to know where it comes from, why European kids are still flinging the word at African kids and saying nigger, and they're saying that, and you wonder why that's still happening with such vitriol, such hatred, such passion, because it's being passed down to them. That's my knee-jerk response. These South Carolinians, that was ingrained in their mind. Oh boy, Jedediah. If the South had won, oh boy, we'd be rolling dough right now. Oh boy. If the South had won. I bet most of the people that were polled and said that have an African Black friend or associate that they hang with. And that's important for you guys to know. It's important. What if the South had won? What kind of people? So it's not about them being Trump supporters. That's not what should bother you. What should bother you is knowing that people that had no connection, physical connection whatsoever, weren't even close to being alive when the Civil War happened, wish the South had won. Where do they get that sentiment from? Exactly. In the home. In the home. 40% of the homes polled have cultural bias and a desire to see Europeans owning African people still to this day. They want to own us. Not just own us by falsely accusing us of a crime. They want to own us and have us, working in their homes for free. For free labor. Are you ready to take yourself to war? Are you ready to add manpower and resources to your fight against the you want to change? Do you understand how difficult it's going to be to make that transition? You probably don't. Most of you don't. That's why you're buying gadgets and widgets. I know someone, and this individual has been big, over 300 pounds for a long time. And this individual will tell you to watch the full episode. You see do that, subscribe. This individual will tell you how difficult it is to get in shape. This individual will tell you that they have all kinds of workout equipment in the home, but can't lose a pound. Because this individual likes the commercial. Oh, here's the weight loss pen. Put this in your pocket and watch yourself lose weight. Just keep it in your pocket and the weight will fall off. And that's what a person like the person I'm giving that's what this person wants to hear. So that's all this person will listen to. The seduction, people, wake up. The seduction to buy something like it's a one-stop fix. We're talking about you are steeped in history. Your historical DNA is be fat, be broke, be lazy, be afraid to learn something new, be stubborn against getting assistance. You're wired to be like that. If you can't fix it, then it won't be fixed. And so you're trapped in a prison of your own poor decision making. Single moms with 2, 3, 4, 5 kids twerking online, trying to make extra dollar, trapped in a prison of poor decision making. I mean, your kid wants to go to Princeton. How are they going to admit you when your mama's online twerking to give views? How embarrassing is that? Yes, 40, 50, 60-year women twerking, getting their clout up. That's why I will never show it. African women, it's just the craziest thing. We don't want to exploit. We don't want to be exploited. Oh, I can get subscriptions. And I can let me exploit myself. African men that wanted to see those video vixens were misogynists. Now they all online doing it anyway. It's like all the people that went to jail and did prison time for getting caught with small bags of weed and plastic, just intent to deliver weed. Now less than an ounce, you're good. All you get is a ticket. That's what that's like. It's like, the outcry. It's ridiculous. These are the kind of people that wish the South had won. Lazy individuals, people that want it overnight, that want it to happen. Let me just order. I'm gonna order this package, and I got it. Read chapters 1, 4, and 6, and I got it. Start my business. I'll be making 5 G's more a month every month. It's not gonna happen like that. They asked me why I podcast now and promote my coaching. Why did I fully integrate my podcasting with my online coaching company? Simple. Because learning should be entertaining. No one wants that boring teacher I'm far from boring. And you got to have gusto. You have to have a lot of, a lot of fire, and I'm talking about fervor. You have to have somebody in your corner that knows how to get you going. So you can actually admit that you need some assistance and get out here and get after it. Now, one more important point, and I'll get out you guys' hair. I won't keep you the whole hour. One more important point. One more. Uno más. All right. You think you're a good person. You probably are. You probably are. But nobody can tell that until you're challenged, until you challenge yourself. I mean, there has to be a challenge involved. You have to face some adversity and come out on the side stronger, empowered. So I'm challenging you today. Draw the line, take yourself to war. Add the manpower, add the resources to actually win the old you or the you right now that you want to change. Subdue tonight, but getting deep with it. Listen to me. Are you thinking about what I'm saying? Civil war. You had the South that wanted to stay the same, and the North wanted to progress. How many of you want to progress tonight? If you're not in my inbox in the morning, I know something. Go on y'all pages. Oh, I'm living a beautiful life. Nah. Making it look good. The filters, you know how to punch the buttons right, do the remix. Nah. This says live your truth. Come on here and be honest, be direct, and get the assistance that you need. To watch the full episode, I pinned the comment up there. I want you guys to know, to watch the full episode, go on over and subscribe to my YouTube page. All right. Let me run down for you, since you guys are just jumping in here with me. Let me run down for you guys real quick. After I go ahead and put this last thing out, I'm gonna run down for you the production schedule for this week, so you guys know what to expect. It's a long time coming. I'm getting you guys ready for the subscription only podcast life, Taibu Mu'addib. All right. Okay. Go over here. We're gonna lock in. Bam, there it is. All right. Get the video going. There it is. All right. This is ugly. Put this card right here because this is an ugly thing right there. There we go. All right. Production schedule for this week. All right. The sharecropper study tomorrow will be halfway through this week's sharecropper study. Sharecroppers are individuals who are leasing a plot of land just to exist, and therefore the owners that they pay to exist are dragging them deeper into debt. All right. Tomorrow we're going to discuss the origins of welfare and the Freedmen's Bureau. This morning we covered the unfulfilled promise of Special Field Order number 15, the 40 acres and a mule opposite situation. And trust me, this is not about color. Just because I'm a dark face, it's not about color. It's about rich and poor. It's about healthy and unhealthy. And so when you're in a system that drags you into debt, the stress, anxiety, mental health illnesses that come along with that are plentiful. There are many. Thursday, you're gonna get what's at stake. Tomorrow we're gonna go over the 5 major battles, and then we're gonna look at what's at stake. What was at stake in the Civil War? What's at stake for you if you don't take yourself to war, if you don't change? And then on Friday, we'll just break it down. This is your war, and why. Why it's your war, why it's your responsibility to take yourself to war, to change your life. All right. That's in the evenings. Wednesday, 5 major battles. Thursday, what's at stake. Friday night on Live Your Truth. This is your war. All right. In the mornings at 8 a.m., the sharecropper report. Tomorrow, it's the origins of welfare. Thursday, the origins of predatory lending. And then Friday, the black codes that have now become the poor codes. What you can and can't do legally if you're poor. All right. And I'm opening you guys' minds to the possibility that you might be a really good person at heart, but you're under a system of sharecropping. Or you weren't raised to challenge yourself, so you're not going to do it. So you need to invest in manpower and resources. I want you to have the EFC workbook for free. It's a huge identifier. It's a huge boost to getting you to narrow down what your real true goal is in life, what your real true purpose is, what's going to make you feel good for the next 10, 20, 30 years if you get that thing done. It's the official roadmap for everyone that wants to be more. With some coaching, it's going to happen. So make sure you download that. I know it's late. Give me a few more minutes of your time to be clear. I'm Taibu Mu'addib, a 20-year fitness professional, now turned coach and speaker. I'll be reaching out to many of your places of business, many companies. I'm going to start attending many events here local to the Dallas-Fort Worth area so my voice can be heard, so I can be in front of many of you and reach out to you with my message to be more. The addendum to that speech is my Jack and the Beanstalk story and how I break that down. It's deep, foundational story. For all my first steppers out there in the coaching community, First Step Coaching, I want to remind you, 2024 is coming, so declare your goal. Declare it. All right? Make it tangible. Put it everywhere so you always see it. Now, when you're a part of the coaching community, you receive regular emails. I give out free game, benefits, advice, resources for free. I'm doing all this stuff for the First Step Coaching community members. I only broadcast this on YouTube and this on YouTube and my First Step Coaching page on Facebook. Everybody else gets a snippet. Like my friends over here at LinkedIn, my professional friends. As far as lived experience is concerned, I have tons of it. Jail, high school, graduation, jail, college, football, scholarship, jail, recording, contract offer, prison. Just, I'm telling you, start writing books, more jail. Started having kids, jail. I was a jailbird for 30 years. I don't want any of you to go anywhere near that long struggling to overcome a goal. Struggling, you have a goal in mind that you have to get over that hump. My friend I was telling you about, this person that 300 plus pounds. If I just lose 30 pounds and drop below 300, I know I'm moving the needle. There's goals that you just you can't achieve them. But you never considered how difficult it would be. I don't care how slow you approach it, whatever your slow approach, I don't care how many baby steps, it's still going to be a war. It's still going to be a war. It's still going to be tough. So you better have a winning strategy out the gate. Be clear. Two things will happen if you don't declare a war against your old self or the part of you want to change. If you don't add resources and manpower, two things are guaranteed to happen. You're going to go into it, fail, lose that battle, stop fighting the war, tap out. The longer that you are one way, the longer it will take for you to walk in the other direction. And the more effort necessary to even get you to pivot. Why are you saying that, Taibu? Because many of you don't have one or two, neither. But that's what I'm going to help you do. I'm going to help you keep walking that path until it sticks. I'm going to help you have the motivation, to have the strength, the energy to make that pivot and head the direction of your true purpose. Now, the process is simple. Download the EFC Workbook. If you're ready for your one-on-one coaching experience with me, your free consultation, go on over to calendly.com/Coach Taibu. Go to calendly.com/Coach Taibu. Spend about 15 minutes with you, just getting to understand who you are. Until I hear you guys out, I am not going to offer you anything. I'm just giving you value, like right now, just giving you value. I'm not going to present anything, throw any price at you. The first conversation that you and I have, I'm just going to get to understand you and where you're at concerning your goal or the obstacle in your way, keeping you from it. It won't be until the second call, if we make it that far. It won't be, it's like a second interview. You best have the interview to come on to my coaching program. I don't have time to waste with individuals who aren't at least able to be vetted as good fits for first step coaching. It's not for everybody. I appreciate you guys for giving me your time to discuss the Civil War tonight. What kind of person wants the South to win? It says 38% of Trump supporters in South Carolina are quoted, are marked, have been tagged as saying they wish the South had won. These aren't bad people. They just see a benefit into owning other human beings. That might sound ridiculous. I'm not saying the people that voted yes, they wish the South had won are bad people and immoral people. I just think that that kind of perspective is why our country is now without slavery. Because many more people, I hope many of you can see how ridiculous of a perspective that is. We can only be great as a nation if we own people here. Doesn't make any sense. And many of you are going through that right now. Many of you right now have decided to take yourself to war, but you don't know where to get the assistance and the manpower and the resources to fight that battle. You don't even have a strategy, let alone a winning strategy to actually win. You just jump into it. That's enough. And you just jump into the war. I want you to know that I'm going to take care of those concerns with the EFC and the goal leadership and training system. I have a proven method to get you results faster than you may have thought possible. And I have the learning component in there, built in there. Goal in my business stands for goal only after learning. The goal component, the learning component is how you'll be able to keep the results that you see. I'm a great motivator. I'm going to push you forward till you complete your 6-month course curriculum. Civil War. Draw the line. Take yourself to war. It's going to be the best thing that you can do. I'm Taibu Mu'addib And I want to say to you, I appreciate you guys tonight. I really do. I hope you found this message informative and real. I'm so happy to be able to impart this type of inspiration to you. If you want to change in 2024, you need resources and manpower. Come to First Step Coaching. Come to Taibu Mu'addib, Certified Goal Achievement Coach. Let me help you plan out the right roadmap and pathway for your success, your individual success. This isn't a one-size-fits-all thing. But the EFC Workbook is a great filter to keep out what you don't want in your goal situation and to get through what you must have. You must have it. Hey, I'm a regular person. My coach and mentor is a regular person. What separates us from you guys right now is that we believe in what we're saying and what we're doing. And we believe in you. Taibu Mu'addib. I couldn't have said any better. Thank you so much on LinkedIn. To see the full episode, go to Taibu Mu'addib at 4019. All right. You guys, you know what the deal is. Subscribe and watch. Let's go. Bam, bam, bam. All right. You guys are due the perfect tip on the perfect Tuesday, right? So I want to make sure you know. Branding. Branding is probably the most important part of any business. Any business that's successful, that has a legacy, brands itself properly. So for those of you who are going to take on earning new income, brand it. Make sure you brand even if you're an individual sole proprietor, make sure that you brand yourself and that you build it and that you meticulously build it. So when people see your logo or they see your face or both, that they get that feeling, they get that vibe, like, yes, great service, great product, yes. Branding, that's the tip for today. Make sure that you look at earning and adding new streams of income and make sure that you put your brand on it. I'm Taibu Mu'addib, and all I do is motivate, and that's the show. See you tomorrow morning, 8:05 a.m. for the Sharecropper Report. Let's go.